So I've been thinking a little bit about one color and how creating a mood sometimes has a lot to do with your focus on color. I just pinned together a few pieces of cloth that were all kind of dyed similarly, although they are slightly different, and how I'm thinking to create sort of a base surface, utilizing just one color to create a mood. But I thought a nice variation, instead of just picking a solid color for a background, could be that it's kind of a full spectrum of one color, or just variations on that color, and how just the edges of the cloth then become so much part of the base construction. How you can create different fields by simply placing the same color together and just using the edges perhaps to define those fields. And I just like the idea of creating a mood in this way somehow, because different colors look different on then you can play with just one color perhaps and notice how differently they might look on different, perhaps mood bases I can call them, but just playing with that one color idea. So, I've dyed enough fabric here. I'm just now thinking, instead of playing with so many colors at one time, why not, like I did with white, start to play with one color and how that might affect the mood of what I create. That's just what I'm experimenting with today. Play with a lot of these darks that I ended up with my acorn and iron dips. A lot of them over-dyed on colors already, but I've ended up with this, this nice range of colors. And I also really liking now this chaining of threes, because it allows me to have this component that whenever I put them together, I could end up with 9. And I've even managed to get a resist out of that process. So I'm thinking this dark mood, I'm thinking it might be Halloween, and how I might be able to play with that idea. Simply create that darkness, that mood. So maybe a little holiday cloth. I'm even thinking some of these that I've dipped with the lights, that I might even be able to create some kind of a tree here, maybe lit by the moon. I have so many scraps that I think I can compose with this dark idea. Just give it a one color sort of feel, but not really one color, because there's variations. And I've also done a lot more of these threes, which I think, I don't know, I just think they're a good component for me, because they're sort of modular components of 9. And here I've diluted the dip, the iron dip, watered it way down, and it's given me a much nicer and maybe safer for the cloth, since the iron is kind of a corrosive element. Of course, I'm not sure I would live long enough to see that. Anyway, I've chained myself a lot of scraps and made myself these threes, so I can kind of work with perhaps that idea. So the one color base, something to work on, something perhaps that will help me isolate other colors. Something simpler, less color, but so much variation within that one color. And a little Halloween cloth started, because I do that.